I came here to check on the iron farm before the episode started. Before I started recording, and this guy's here, so I'm not sure if it's possible they're falling out of the iron farm, or if Hammy's transporting villagers or something. Actually, I might check that out, see if he's, because I know Hammy's AFK right now. We'll see if he accidentally let a villager get loose or something. Or I might take a look up there. Just make sure we have, because I know we have an iron golem or two coming down. And actually, now that I'm think of it, let's check. Okay, that's not bad. Sure, Hammy hasn't been AFKing too long, or even on the server for too long, for that matter. But yeah, I'm gonna check up top, and then if there's I don't see anything, then I'll check the villager breeder and see what's going on over there. Back in a tick. All right, so I guess we know or what Hammy's been up to. He was AFKing. He's made some changes to the villager breeder, so it does appear that he's the one tinkering, which is fine, as long as he knows what he's doing, which I'm sure he does for the most part. Yeah, we'll I apparently can't use words today. This will be interesting. Been spending too much time playing Smash Bros. Anyway, I have decided that at least until I get enough items where I have to start spacing them out in the chests a bit more. Oh, one sec. No problem. Yeah, so Hammy put some walls up in the villager breeder to keep them from escaping from where he wants them to go, essentially. Alright, so essentially what I was about to say was that these 3 chests here, until I need them for actual like item storage, I'm going to use them for various projects. So you see this one's for today's episode. It's going to be a mining related thing. This one here is, I'm not sure if it'll be this episode if I start it, or it'll be next episode, but it's door related, and like they're all going to be themed, of course, depending on what project I'm working on. And then that one is either next episode or the episode after that. And I'll just leave that bale of hay as a clue for that. Otherwise, yeah, let's get this episode started. Alright guys, so I guess we're heading back to this little ring here. This is the site for the mining dome that will be here. Essentially I'm going to have a huge dome with an item elevator coming up more or less in the middle, depending on where this has to go. I might have to rebuild the actual dome part a couple times before I'm sure where I want it, because the thing about having a test world is you still have to take the time to build everything. So I have this built about halfway, and it's not near any of the walls in the test world, so I don't quite know how I want to do the spacing, although it might work if I have it just butted against here. But essentially what we're going to do is we've got this cobble sort of to be like, hey, this is what we got from the mines. Awesome. And then we're going to do sort of like a caution tape band around here. So we're going to do sort of like diagonal stripes along the where's my word? Where are my words here? Diagonal stripes of like caution tape colors around the bottom. And it's going to be a little higher than this. And then there's going to be a big old dome over top, kind of like the middle dome of that, but a little taller, skinnier kind of thing. And then, yeah, you probably don't want to see me just place all this, the band here. So I'm gonna do that and then come right back after the cut. See you in a tick. All right, so I've finished placing those blocks. It looks pretty all right. It's a bit loud, but it's kind of meant to be. That's kind of the purpose. So I guess that's good. We did come. Yeah, there's a baby zombie that didn't burn in the morning there. I also noticed that it was really hard placing anything out there at night because the black coal blocks against the black sky. It's just I couldn't tell what was what. But yeah, it does come pretty close to the wall here. And the dome that's going to go over top as the roof is going to come over top of this, or intercept, I guess in this case, the spruce logs there. But I think I'll just, because I haven't built the second phase of the wall yet, which is going to be like a roofy part, I think I'm just going to leave it as close as it is, and incorporate the dome into part of the wall here. It's kind of interesting just seeing how things I don't plan in the test world I can sort of work around or work into one another. So yeah, I'll be back once I've got my roof stuff together. Alright guys, we're back in this deep, dark hole. No, it's the mining dome. I have finished that off. I've half slabbed it so mobs can't spawn on it, and I really didn't want to have to light it because I couldn't think of a way to do that would look alright. So this one's kind of inverted to these ones here in terms of the choice of materials, the half slabs and the full blocks there. A nice stone brick. Essentially now, what the plan is, we're gonna add all the the redstone-y stuff. So down at the bottom, there's gonna be an item elevator that essentially goes all the way up here, towers up, and then it's gonna sort out all the items, and they'll go into like a hopper tree, and all the hoppers will send them into different corners of this room. So this one's going to be for everything that isn't dirt and cobble, and one side and the other for dirt and then cobble respectively, or the other way around. I'm not sure. Depends on how I've planned it and how I want to do it. But yeah, so basically, oh, it started raining. I think it's a good time to go down into the mines. So I will go down and see you in a moment, so we can get this circuit put together. Alrighty, so I have cleared out the ladder that once was here. It'll be going back in a minute. Got a bit of a hole going up to the farm layer there. And this, I keep forgetting that since one of the snapshots they added sound effects to slime blocks. So I keep mistaking the sound of that for slime nearby, because I'm still looking for them slime chunks. But yeah, so right now I'm just going to... I didn't bring any cobble down with me. We'll have to grab some. Back in a sec. Alright, so now we've got our cobble back. We're gonna build, as I mentioned, I think it was the last episode, we're gonna build Mumbo's item elevator. Or I think I mentioned that last episode. Either way, that's what we're doing. So I'm not sure if you've seen Mumbo Jumbo's channel, but he does a lot of redstone stuff, and he's actually one of my favorite Minecraft YouTubers. So this is a design he made, where essentially we have, you're gonna put down your dropper there. And then there's going to be a little timer attached to it. I'm just laying down some blocks for a circuit board in case for some reason I'm ever below here, because we're down at level, I like to mine on level 11. In case we're ever underneath here, if we're like putting beacons in or something, and I need to tear stuff up, I know that this will be the circuit here. Okay. So we get our components ready here. We'll use the polished andesite's going to be our signal carrying block for the day. So we need a comparator. Put in minus mode, and then it goes into a repeater. Left at 1 tick, which goes into a block. Now we're gonna do the timer first. So that means we do redstone dust there, and a comparator. Is it a comparator? Yes, the comparator going that way, not in minus mode, just leave it at default. And then we take so essentially what's going on here is when there are items in there, it's gonna detect them, that they're in the dropper. They'll end up there. I'll put a hopper system probably to this side or something. And basically what's gonna happen is it's gonna be like, hey, there's an item in here. And the comparator detects the signal and transfers it to the repeater, which then transfers that to the block, powers the redstone, powers that comparator, powers that redstone, and it just cycles till there's no longer an item in there. Alright? So then what we're going to do is place a redstone torch here. That's our output for this timer. And then we have a repeater, default 0 ticks, another block with a redstone torch there. So now when there's an item inside it, it's going to say, hey, there's an item in here, and then activate that dropper to get the item out of it, essentially. So then we put a tower of these droppers up all the way till whatever the heck our build limit for this project is. Essentially to the roof of the dome. So let's see, floor level of the dome is 69. We're on level 11, so that's a good 58 meters up. So 58 more droppers, give or take. And yeah, so basically to place these, what we're going to do is we take our droppers. We need our redstone torches in our hotbar. Actually, I'm gonna switch those to there just so everything's all in a line. Ooh, spooky noises. All right. So then we put a block on top of that torch, and we shift click and jump to place our dropper on top. Otherwise, when we click, we're just gonna access the inventory for the dropper. We don't need that. And then we're gonna get redstone torch on top of there. Another dropper, shift click. Another block. Torch. Dropper, shift click. Block. If we can place it, there we go. Dropper, dropper. Redstone torch. Shift click. I'm going to do that a second time just to make sure we're up here. It's getting kind of dark, so I'm gonna cut, and I will meet you at the top. Well, we are at the top, and I just realized I did not plan a way to get down. Like, I have ladders with me from when I was tearing out the ladder going down to the mine shaft, but at the same time, I'm not sure how effective placing one at a time will be. Oh, wait. I have the slime blocks at the bottom. I knew I had those in there for some reason. So I think what I'm going to do is try from level, what are we, 85? From level 85 down to level 11. We're going to see if I can survive this. I lost all my diamond gear and when I was AFKing earlier, so we're not going to have any, we don't have feather falling in case we mess up. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh, I almost got all the way back up too. Alright, well. Now I have some ladders to place. Yeah, I'll be back. Alright guys, this is starting to come together. I'm really liking the progress that's being made here. So the next step is, I guess I'm gonna need, because I'm gonna have to put in a bunch of like hopper systems up there, but I don't have anywhere to stand other than those 2 blocks, the dropper and the andesite there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install a floor so like I can slap all the redstone down on that and then call it a day pretty much. And I figured because we have like the part of the idea of the space is that everything is color coded, so we've got the mining sections, the yellow and the dark oak wood, and I haven't used any dark oak wood in here yet. I'm going to use it for the floor because as much as I could use it for the floor here, I have different plans for that. So let's make some half slabs. I'm not sure how many I'll need. We'll do that. We'll do most of a stack and then, oh, that's not even dark wood. Where's my dark oak? Alright, so I've finally got some more dark oak. And basically, where did I want to start? Third one down? Third one down. So we're gonna have to find our way down. 1, 2, 1, 2. Third one down. Oh, it's hard to do. I can't hold shift and strafe over because it makes me go up. Oh, here we go. Have to do. Oh, crud. Okay, I might have to pillar up to do this. Okay, so basically we're gonna, because I want most of this mining dome to be kind of dark, but also mob free. That's why I'm half slabbing most of it. I think up here to do that, I'm gonna put these on, third one down, put these on the bottom part of the block, because you put them level to that line there, and mobs are gonna spawn. But if you put it here, they won't. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm quite thankful for it, because it means I get creepered that much less. So I'm gonna fill this in. Hopefully I can see enough to do that. Actually might add some torches in here. Just till I'm done building at least. And then I'll fill you in on what the plans are after that. So we have our floor laid on the half slab. So you'll see it's floating. Ooh. Yeah, there are massive holes in the floor and big bumpy-wumpy things. So what that's all about is, well, because I have this part done in the test world, I know how I'm going to need the floor laid, which makes this a little bit easier. It was still kind of difficult trying to get everything to fit where it needs to go. But I was able to lay out this so that I'd have an easier time laying all the redstone, and I'm not going back and forth and destroying part of the floor just to put it all in. And also we've got these blocks up here. These are, well, from essentially above the dropper over, it's going to be a line of hoppers. So from what I've been told, putting a full block above them makes them so they don't create as much lag or something. So that's what this beam is, and I just decided it looks kind of silly not to continue it all the way across, so I did, as you can see there. I also put half slabs on top of it so I don't have to light it, and I also did that for these two because those will have hoppers underneath them as well. And actually I'm also kind of contemplating, I don't have enough, I could maybe do it all in half slabs possibly, but I was thinking it does kind of look interesting with the one beam going across, but I wonder if we had another one that met in the middle, if it would look somewhat structural. Let's see, our middle should be the ladder, and is, as we can see there. So I'm just going to put half slabs just to get the feel for it. And let's just place these as blocks. Okay, I don't know. I'm not quite feeling it as much here. Let's see about along here. It's all right. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. Kind of need to find some more dark oak wood now, because once I have this not spawnable for spiders and baby zombies, then I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm down to 4 half slabs of dark oak, and I think that might be close to about it. But that looks like a hefty beam. That looks like it's holding up a roof. I like that. Alright, so we're going to get to the redstone just as soon as I look at my test world and remember how the heck to do this. Alright, so basically how we're going to build this is we're going to start at where our output's going to be. So we're going to plop a chest here. We're going to do the iron saving technique for the hopper chain going down. So we stick our hopper in there. So it's going to be chest hopper down till where we need it there, just to save a few resources. Then we're going to do our hopper chain leading across here. Shift clicking the whole way from the droppers. Like, actually, now that I think of it, we don't need that extra ladder piece there, I don't think, but I'll leave it. I will leave it, and if I really need one ladder, I'll come back for it, I guess. So now for the item sorter, we get our filter hoppers in here. We'll fill those up with cobble and dirt in a minute or two here. I don't have enough cobble to do it, but I can make enough cobble. And then I haven't built one of these in forever. This is your bog standard item sorter or item filter, kind of put into a place where it's not often put. So let's see, we've got comparators. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Can I do it just from here? Oh, I can. Lovely. Splendid. Then we get our 2 redstone dust here, and I've left room just in case I want to add more modules to this. I doubt I will, because there's only one more wall to the item dome. Although I might call it the item bell now, because this kind of makes me think of like a bell tower, and it is somewhat bell-shaped, except no flared bottom. But anyway. So repeaters, which will send a signal to, or no, repeaters are the next thing. Redstone dust, 2 repeaters. I believe it's 0 ticks, or like one tick, default, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, 1 tick. 1 tick. Okay, those are pointing the right way. That's good. And we have to climb down here. Or maybe not climb. I don't think we have to climb. No, we don't. Okay, wonderful. So that's going to power hoppers. But before we place the hoppers, we need to place more chests, which will be... There'll be 1 here. And then I need a trap chest, because you can't place regular chests side by side without it, or at least not after it turns into a double chest. So we have those. We put our hoppers going into them, and then we should have hoppers going into those hoppers. It's just easier to place once there's something in front. And I believe, okay, so this should work. So the droppers come up and bring the items up. They get filtered out. Let's say we have cobble coming out here. It gets filtered into that chest, and it'll go down to the storage area, or the mass storage area. And same with dirt. Dirt gets stored down there, goes into that chest, filters over. And then everything else kind of shuffles into there, and it'll go along. The storage for that will go along that wall down there. So this should work. I'm actually quite excited. I doubt I have enough hoppers to finish all of it, but it should be enough hoppers to get started, at least. So I'm going. I kind of don't want to do the whole, hey, here's what I did, cut. Here's what I did, cut thing. But at the same time, I'm not sure how interesting placing a bunch of hoppers and chests will be, especially when I have to keep checking my my test world. That's pretty high up now that I'm looking out there. It looks pretty cool though. I like having the bare redstone. Like sometimes it's nice to hide it if you have like a build that's meant to look good first and then function second. But this is kind of, I've given it enough room that it should be able to do the function. And then the looking good is, well, it depends on how much you like caution tape. All right, so I've got the first of the 3 storage areas put in. Essentially, it's this one here, which will be for dirt. We just have to put in our filter, so that will filter out anything that should have 24 items, or 22 items, sorry. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yep, okay. So anything that isn't dirt can't come through this hopper. And this hopper can only hold the 22 items because of this comparator. The signal strength of 22 only reaches this first piece of redstone. Any more than that, and it'll activate that redstone, this repeater, and then in turn that redstone torch, which will become unpowered, which is currently powering this hopper. You see there's a dirt in there. That's because it's locked by being powered. Hoppers don't transfer anything when they're powered, essentially. So as soon as another dirt comes into there, that changes to 19. It's gonna say, hey, we're gonna turn this redstone torch off, let that pass through and into the chain here. Okay, so basically this is what it looks like. So it comes down here, snakes around down through there. There's a light that goes off every time dirt's put in there. I just think it's handy to see what's coming in if I'm up here when it's still running. And then down here we have hoppers. I haven't quite finished putting in the hoppers because I don't have enough iron yet, and I haven't been on the server long enough to have generated that much iron, so we're still waiting on that. But essentially there's this hopper chain comes along this way, but because of how hoppers work, it's going to check for an input like another hopper or a chest or a dropper or something it can put the item into below it before it's going to move on to the next one, even though they are pointed forward instead of down. So it's going to drop all the items. It's going to say, it's going to come along here, and it's going to check to see if these, well, the hopper behind this chest, this top chest, see if that's empty. If it is, it's going to go in, and then that hopper is going to do the same thing to the hopper below it, and then it's going to keep going down. All these hoppers are faced into these chests, so once they are, or once it gets to the bottom, it'll, because it's not got anything below it to check for, it'll be like, hey, I'm pointed towards the chest, let's just pop things in here. So that's where it'll go. That's where I've been storing all my items for this project at the moment. It's just easier than going all the way back to 20 blocks away. But yeah, and then once this all gets filled up, this little tower, it's gonna go to the next one and do the same thing. I have double chests for this section here, and then just because of the round shape of the room, I had to do some stuff because I still want to be able to have an open walkway in each of the 4 corners. So that's that. I'm gonna move on to the next phase. That's that's going to be taking out this floor and replacing it with what I want to replace it with. Actually, I'm gonna mine all this out, and then I'll be back with you with a little surprise I'm gonna have for the floor. All right, guys. So we'll finish this all up next time. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, you want to like or comment on it, or subscribe to me if you want. You can also find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Miiverse. I think that's about it. But yeah, feel free to do all that lovely social networky stuff. Don't be afraid to share this video, because, you know, that'd help me a little bit. Help me keep me motivated to make more of these and make them better. Especially the make them better part. I know I need to work on that. But yeah, I'll see you next time. See you later. Have a good day. Goodbye.